Tonight, Anthony Catania, the commissioner of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, attempts to work undercover in his own fantasy football league. By adopting a zany alter ego and a wild new look, the commissioner will go unnoticed as he meets the people who make the league work. While undercover, he'll find out just how hard it is to keep the league running and what will happen when he meets an employee who's unhappy with his leadership.
So what do you think of Anthony as a commissioner?
Inept. Completely inept and garbage.
Really?
Absolutely.
Find out next on Undercover Commish.
My name is Anthony Catania, and I'm the commissioner of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. We founded our league back in 2011. In fact, our first year playing, we didn't even have an even number of teams. Stakes didn't get real until we decided we liked playing enough to put our hard-earned money on the line. That's when the champions were born. That's when the trophy came to be. The league is flourishing, but I think we could do better. I've decided to go undercover in the league to find out just where things are going right and just where things are going wrong.
Hey, how you doing? Hey. Today I'm here to meet with Steve Salyer. He's a member of the league and should be a good teaching experience for Larry Bradshaw. I hope Steve is ready because he has no idea what to expect.
Hi, I'm Steve. I'm a league member. I'm here to meet Larry. I guess it's a new league member.
So what do we got here, Steve? Tell me a little bit about this.
This is my team.
Okay.
You'll be able to make these things on your own and sign up all your own players. Right now, everything's empty, right?
You're starting nobody.
Right.
I have to pretend to be a little bit of a novice when it comes to fantasy football. Otherwise, I'm worried that my cover will be blown.
So tell me, Steve, about some of the players that are available to be drafted.
All right, as you can see here, we have some 2018 projections.
Lavian Bell? Lavian? Avian
Yeah.
Bell?
You better get used to a lot of names that you have no idea how to pronounce, because that's what's happening in fantasy football. If you can learn how to pronounce these names, you might sound more important, but it doesn't actually serve you any good.
Except that one, that's pretty plain. David Johnson.
People always say that I'm a really good teacher because I have a natural way of explaining things to people, that it doesn't make them feel like I'm putting them down and that it's like easily digestible. I click on a guy, I look at his face, and if his face looks like a guy that I'd like to have on my team, I think I'm gonna take him.
If I were Larry Bradshaw, I would not take the advice of Steve.
Does his face naturally look all blurry like that?
Yeah, man, that's a college painting. It's a painting from someone at the arts program at his former college.
Watercolor.
Yeah.
Penn State's known for their watercolors.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, the first thing I thought when I saw him was Old Prospector? Why don't you like Tom Brady?
Too handsome.
Okay, remember what we talked about with the football face?
Handsome is good in football?
Odds are you're gonna end up with something better than not if they're very handsome.
But isn't Tommy Brady worried about breaking his pretty face?
Somehow that hasn't come up yet. Is he actually from Seattle?
My first two overall draft picks that I selected in my mock draft with Steve were Colin Kaepernick and New England Patriots kicker Steven Gostkowski.
How do you feel about your team?
Pretty good. I think it's gonna be a winner.
Alright.
It's nice to get a break. I really appreciate your time today, Steve. I feel like I learned a lot.
Yeah, you know, you're doing great. We're gonna have a lot of fun this year. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be really exciting. There's just one thing that bothers me.
What's that?
Well, it's this thing, the trade deadline.
Sure.
That happens to be the anniversary of all my grandparents being killed.
All of your grandparents were killed on the trade deadline?
I know. Seems weird, but yes.
I'm so sorry. I wish there was something I could do.
I don't see how that's possible.
I had no idea that all of Steve's grandparents were killed on the trade deadline.
I'm gonna have to do something about that.
No. Cut the tape.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up next on Undercover Commish.
And you sure this is part of drafting?
Yeah, pick it up.
Come on down to Big Johnny's Discount Quarterback Dealership. We're slashing trade and waiver prices left and right. Come on down. You got to see these quarterbacks. We got brand new 2018 Jacoby Brissett's, Geno Smith's, and Ryan Fitzpatrick's. Come on down. You have to see these quarterbacks. They throw like dreams. I've started them all myself.
After Carson Palmer's 5th ACL decided it was retired 7 weeks into the season, Big John fixed me up with a brand new 2017 Blake Bortles. Sure, the passing yardage wasn't quite there, but neither were the interceptions. Thanks, John.
You are very welcome, Joey. Uh-oh. What's that I hear? Is that the sound of Gary the Grizzly Bear? Ah! I knew it was you, Gary. You know what that means, folks. Whenever Gary the Grizzly is in town, deals really heat up. From now until September 1st, if you get any second string QB, we'll throw in a 2018 Mitch Trubisky on the house. I can't believe it either, Gary.
I used to break down at the end of every season, but thanks to John finding me 2 top 5 quarterbacks, I finished in the top 3 in the league. Thanks, John.
Good credit, bad credit, no credit. We've got you covered. Check back again after September 1st for our next flash sale. I even have it on good authority that the Eagle will be swooping in to slash prices on all NFC East quarterbacks with the purchase of a full-price Nick Foles. Come on down today to the corner of McKinley and Wilshire, downtown.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing well.
Larry Bradshaw.
Jason Green.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Emmett Green.
Hello. I'm excited to be here. Jason's a pretty important member of the league, and if Larry Bradshaw can get the go-ahead from him, I think we're in good shape.
Hi, I'm Jason Green, and I'm in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He kind of made me uncomfortable, like with the glasses and the beard and the random Seattle hat.
Well, thank you, Jason, for sitting down with me. I really appreciate your time. So, tell me a little bit about free agency. You're trying to tell me you don't just play the whole season with the team you draft?
Well, you can, and that is one way of going about it. I mean, maybe even be a preferred method of doing it. But after Monday night's game, you can go through the free agents list and select whatever player you want, but then you're going to have to drop another player that's on your roster. It's a highly competitive league, and I hope he's up to the challenge.
So how do you make moves? Like, what makes you want to pick somebody up?
I like to look at the backup running backs on all the teams. You know, I usually like to go after Benny Cunningham.
Benny Cunningham.
Benny Cunningham.
Benny Cunningham? Benny Cunningham. Who's he play for?
You know, I think he plays with the Green Bay Packers.
Maybe the Packers.
Or maybe the Bears.
Jason has no idea it's me.
Don't be afraid to go after players like Deuce McAllister. Deuce McAllister is always a good one to go to.
Deuce McAllister? Okay, I choose pick up the best Browns quarterback, start him at number 1, and don't worry about the wide receiver unless Deuce McAllister is available.
That's a good answer, Larry.
I really don't know why Jason was giving me such bad information. I kind of was hoping he'd be a little bit more helpful.
Yeah, I think it's somebody that could be in the league. Somebody I can beat.
So what do you think of Anthony as a commissioner?
Inept. Completely inept and garbage.
Really?
Absolutely.
I didn't know what to do. I thought I was going to have to break character.
I couldn't have him talking to me like that. Thank you, Jason, for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate it.
You know, it was my pleasure. I had a really nice time talking to you about like free agency and everything. It helped me, you know, come to terms with my own strategies.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot. I think I have good potential to do well this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you follow all my tips to a T, you're gonna do well.
Sure.
So, you know, if I had one suggestion for the league, I think I would like to keep my players from year to year.
Really?
You know, and if I was able to keep my players and continue to win the league championship, that money I'll be able to actually pay for my kids to go to college.
So if you don't win the league, little Emmett doesn't go to college?
No, man. I mean, he's already started early on his lawn care service.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
You know, I think it is really important that we do the keeper league. I feel if anyone is going to give me the edge, because I'm familiar with the keeper league. I know how to draft players and build chemistry, and you know, I need these league championships to pay for my kid to go to college.
I got to do something about that.
Come on, Larry, spin it!
Coming up
Spin it,
next
Larry.
on
You can
Undercover
do it.
Commish.
Do it. Yeah, Larry, you're in it. Go for the win. I made Larry hula hoop because I thought it was really funny, and he did it.
Have you ever made a bad draft pick?
He just gets beat right off the ball.
Did your best player get injured at a crucial part in your season?
And you can see the frustration from McCoy while he was down during that last timeout.
Are you seeking justice and compensation for your losses? You deserve an attorney who takes you seriously. And I'm serious when I say I won't back off until you get your rightful compensation. Hi, I'm Jamie Peters, and I'll fight for you.
When I accidentally drafted a retired Tony Gonzalez.
I don't want to play anymore, I'll tell you that right now.
I thought my fantasy football season was over. With the help of Jamie Peters, attorney at law, I fought for my rightful compensation.
I'll rest my case.
Thanks, Jamie.
I gotta be honest with you. Over the years, I helped thousands of team owners win their league. Not hundreds, thousands. That takes experience. Serious experience.
When Odell Beckham Jr.'s leg decided it was time for a break, Jamie got me compensation quick. Thank you, Jamie.
I'm Jamie Peters, and I will not stand for fantasy football injustice. Every fantasy football player on God's green earth has rights. You have rights. You have rights.
Perfect. Nice.
When injuries and bad draft choices put up a fight, I fight for you.
So the producers told me that they wanted to film one more shot with me today, but you know, it's been a while. It's a beautiful day, and I like to go out and do some things, so they would like to get on with it. What?
All right, so the producer said this guy Larry's going to show up today. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but Larry Christ!
Is that Larry? What? Whoa. Oh, no. What's up, Commish?
It's me.
What are you doing here? What are you doing? You're undressing in my kitchen. Oh my God, it's Anthony.
It's me, Steve. It was me all along.
This guy already looks like Anthony in 20 years, so it wasn't a far leap for me to get there.
Yeah, I was really shocked that Larry was actually Anthony in a beard and a blonde wig.
You had some pretty negative things to say about me.
I said some pretty heinous things about him, so it was kind of a shock to find out it was him. Well, they're all true, and sorry about that.
What are you doing here? You just inside my house, hiding behind the refrigerator?
You didn't even know.
I had no idea. I'm so afraid.
It's good to be here. Well, I appreciate you being patient with me, Jason.
No problem.
And I have something for you.
For me?
I'm gonna pay for your kids to go to college. I've decided to turn this league into a keeper league, where you get to keep one player from the previous year's team to add to the next year's team. So hopefully that'll pay for the kid's college.
My kid's finally going to get his grade 6.
From the moment Steve told me about his issues surrounding the trade deadline, I knew I'd have to find a way to help him out. I've been running the league for a while now, and I have to say, seeing the look of gratitude on Steve's face when I told him I'd be changing the trade deadline may have been my most satisfying moment as commissioner.
I'm really glad he switched the trade deadline. I mean, maybe it wasn't just for me, but he certainly made me feel better about it.
I think this was a really good exercise. You know, I get to know the commissioner a little bit better and his deceptive practices, and I think we're going to have a really good 2018 season. Don't jump, boy!
Good luck.
Thanks. That's my tractor!
Here we are, the end of our journey. I've learned a lot of things and I've changed a lot of lives. Should be a fantastic 2018 season. So I guess I'll see you guys September 5th, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a Wednesday, the night before the kickoff of the 2018 NFL season. I will see you guys there. Good luck and Godspeed.
Wow.